Welcome. I'm live again. Ja, es ist wieder Zeit für Trades of Cold Steel. Ich muss gerade mal gucken, ob Ton alles perfekt gut scheint zu laufen. Ich bin mir immer noch nicht ganz sicher, was wir da beim letzten Mal erlebt haben. Also, vielleicht können wir das ja mal aufarbeiten, indem wir mit denen hier reden. Hallo Oliver, ich muss mit dir reden. Oliver, Charizard. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm so glad you're both okay. Both of you here, together. Nothing could make me happier right now. Thanks, Alvin. I know I put you through hell. I'm sorry that I haven't been in touch. Honestly, Your Highness, I should have informed you before anyone. That was my failing. Forgive me. No, don't be silly. With that wound, my brother wasn't anywhere for a while, right? Thank you so much for helping with his recovery, Your Highness. You honor me with your magnanimity. Truly. I have to say though, getting Shara to feed me is definitely a memory I'll treasure forever. Also, she did give me one legendary purple nopple when I suggested she ditch the spoon and use the mouse instead. Goodness. So help me, idiot. Olivier, you're about 3 seconds away from finding out what life is like with 0 eyes. I wouldn't have guessed it, but those two are much more intimate than I expected. Impressive. Hehe. Look like you're already finding your way around the place. Yeah, it really is an incredible ship. This isn't the first time we've met, but I'd like to introduce myself nonetheless. I'm Wien Schwarzer. Good to meet you, Charizard. The pleasure's all mine. I've been hearing a lot about you. It sounds like you've been to Gehenna and back more times than one. And you're not done yet, it would seem. Adversity seems to be the order of the day for those who call Urbonia home. But at the very least, it's made us a tough people. But no matter where we're from, I'm glad to be allies with just the same, with Estelle, Agate, and now you. You bet, I've got your back. We've been preparing for the work for a long time now. And just between you and me, as a silver streak, I really don't want to be outdone by purple lightning. Ah. Come to think of it, you've been pretty focused on that for a while now, haven't you? Haha, well, yeah. Despite us being the same age, she was the youngest racer ever to reach A rank when she did. She's always had a reputation as a force to be reckoned with. Even Cassius relied on her. It did make me a little jealous, I have to say. You're both so fantastic though, I really admire you, Cheryl. You know, even though Sarah is my former instructor, we have a close relationship as friends now. I can't believe it. Once I came to Urbonia and the two of us actually met, we immediately hit it off. We both like drinking, and our overall situations are fairly similar too in some way. Your interest in those of a masculine persuasion couldn't be any more different though. Ah, that's right. She's got a thing for foxes, eh? Though I hear the winds of change are starting to blow across that particular plane. Wait, I don't recall telling you about any of this. Sure, that's so gorgeous, but she has a really cute side too. Don't worry, you two, I thought this out like a proper sister would. Or maybe it's best to just leave it to them. They are adults after all. Oh, Sharines. Ja, Ella. Hallo Echo, willkommen zum Stream. When the Purple Lightning became the guild's youngest A-rank member, Charizard saw it as a challenge. However, they remain friends. Huh, what's that? I see that curious glint in your eye. This is our true trump card. It's what makes ultra-long distance communication with the Arctic 2 possible. It's an artifact known as the Sonorous Seashell. Mr. Debaucherous Prince snuck it in. Wow, incredible. It's a delightful little device I discovered in some ruins on a visit with the Bracer Guild that was about, 10 years ago now. It facilitates ultra-long distance communications in a snap and is even able to bypass orbital comm restrictions of all shapes and sizes. It's currently in use as our repeater router, per Tovar's suggestion. It's also linked to your Arcus's via the Round of 7 app the Foundation made for me. Its capabilities are almost mind-boggling, and if a ship control tower is set up with this, then we'd have flawless connections with everyone involved with Radiant Wing. As someone who will be helping with operations, I have to say, I find it hard to believe its capabilities are even possible. I'm with you there, I guess artifacts don't need to be deadly to be powerful. Speaking of that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the Septian Church collected all artifacts that are still functional. Haha, about that. After a bit of discussion with the Grawl Threader, we managed to come to an agreement of sorts. Our possession and usage has received tacit approval on the condition that we abide a number of itty-bitty rules. Oliver. So fortunate are we that a man of his eloquence and skill walks upon this earth. At any rate, it seems like Cedric is drifting further and further astray. I'm starting to fear that maybe we really can't go back to how things were, Your Highness. Come on, that can't be true.
I'm just as glad as you to see him alive again. But feelings such as that are only for the weak! We're ending this world and creating a new order in its place. And an undertaking this great leaves me no room for weakness.
Oswald will prove that he's pushing himself too far. His infatuation with Chancellor Osborne is pretty clear. But I honestly doubt his resolve as one of the Ironblood is really so firm, as the Divine Knight Awakener for that matter. I'm inclined to agree. Oh brother, you silly fool. All we can ever do as people is work with the opportunities in front of us and never give up hope. Besides, I still need to meet him properly, just as I did the princess. He is royalty after all. If it's a family meet and greet you're after, Chera, you need only ask. Oh yes, there's mother and father too, if he's recovered. Let's take it down a notch, shall we? Oh, das war schon alles mit denen. Hier unten, die drei. Hier ist Angelica. Hier können wir nichts machen. Oh, Mueller und Kurt. Lieutenant Colonel Mueller. War nicht mal Lieutenant General? Oh, Instructor Reen. Reen, taking a tour of the ship. It's been some time, hasn't it? About 2 years already, if I'm not mistaken. Right, I think the last time we saw each other was at the board of directors meeting at the main campus. I was sorry to hear about what happened to the 7th Division, but I'm glad to see you're safe. Yes, no doubt thanks to the guidance of Adios. I admit it was difficult to watch the 7th get disbanded, but it ended up working to my advantage. Thanks to that, I was able to slip away and rendezvous with the others in time to help with the creation of the Courageous 2. You can never really tell just where life's current will sweep you next, huh? That aside, have you not been able to contact Father and the others either? I'm going to be contacting him and Aurier in a short while. Before I do though, I'd like to get in touch with Uncle Zex and Neidhart. I see. No doubt they're struggling with their positions, General Craig included. So I've heard, but they're still Imperial soldiers. That hasn't changed. Once Operation Jormungand begins, they'll most likely be deployed as the main force in the rear guard. And if they are, even Operation Mil Mirage is sure to face stern opposition. Right, if Uncle Zex's stratagems are combined with General Craig's unmatched power, then even the Valorous Le Guin and tactical genius Cassius could be outmatched, yeah. The conflict might already be impossible to stop in any official capacity, but I'll do what I can behind the scenes. If you could somehow buy us some time on an official front, you would have my deepest gratitude, Lieutenant Colonel. Instructor. But of course. That reminds me, I'm many months late in saying so, but I want to thank you for mentoring my brother. I'd like to ask that you continue providing him with guidance so that he may one day grow into a strong, independent man. Hey, Mueller. In my book, Kurt's already there. But I hear you. As his instructor, it's my responsibility to continue leading him as best I can. I'm in your debt, Reen. Perhaps I'll go find a suitable hole to go crawl in and die of embarrassment now. Mueller Hines. The master tactician, Mueller knows how much danger his little brother faces. He urged Reen to keep looking out for Kurt from here on. Dann gehen wir auf die Etage drunter. Dann gehen wir erstmal hier hoch in den Meetingraum. Das könnte interessant sein. Oh, Reen. How's it going? I guess talking to Major Irving about the handover procedures? Yes, the ship is a new build. There are many things about it we don't understand. That's why I have the manual in hand to read and check as I go. Sounds tough. Keep up the good work. Under normal circumstances, I should also be helping out too, since I'm part of the branch campus faculty and all. Well, you've got a trial from Rose coming up at Lake Gala, don't you? You can just leave this up to us then. Just make sure you're prepared, got it? To be honest, I'd like to go too. But it's only members of Class 7 that are allowed to, right? Kind of frustrating, to be honest. So about that, Tor. I'll be sure to head straight to the ship with the trial results. Will you be heading down after the handover procedures to meet up with the main campus students, Major Irving? Right, I'm planning on also serving as their backup, at least for the time being. Let's keep in touch then. It'll help us maintain a shared brand campus mindset, so to speak. Of course. Thank you very much. We'll do so great, the principal won't know what hit her. Ich wollte mit Irving reden. Oh, Schwarze, I wanted to speak with you about Major Reeves Claire. Right. We only saw an image of her on the Pentagon, just like the Chancellor and the others. So she's probably carrying out some pretty important task in a different area. Yes, she's likely working to finalize the railway's usage plans and preparations for Operation Jormungand's start, as well as carrying out her duties as part of the Ironbloods. Right. I know her, and I can only imagine how much losing Orion must have hurt her. Not really my place to say, but please do what you can for her. Since keep going on this way, you won't be able to handle it much longer. Understood. I'm not sure what I can really do, but as one of the people who care for her, I'll do everything I can. That's all I ask. I'm in your debt, Schwarze. Michael. Ist der unter Allies? Unter Brand Campus. Sword Network, okay. The stress and guilt of everything Claire has done is clearly starting to eat away at her. Michael asked me not to be too hard on her. Wir wissen alle, dass Claire nicht wirklich sonderlich viel Bock darauf hat, noch auf der Gegnerseite zu sein. Das ist ein interessanter Encounter. Die beiden zusammen, Jubilee and Laura, huh? Straight to asking for a match then? No, that's not the case. We both arrived at the training area independently and unexpectedly ran into one another. And you all will be leaving for that trial soon. I would never be so boorish as to wear someone out before something like that. My bad, Jubilee. But I gotta say, pretty amazing we have such quality training facilities on a ship like this. Yes, I suppose you could say that, if you really wanted to. The previous Courageous also had residential facilities, but there certainly wasn't an area quite as spacious as this available. I find it irritating to always be receiving favors. So, as a training opportunity for you all, an occasion belonging exclusively to the Star Ritter, may I present the Vanguard F2 Sleipnir. It's a state-of-the-art arcade from Ouroboros, like the one used at Hamel and the Naval Fortress. But are you still able to make use of them even after separating yourself from Ouroboros? Yes, it's specially adapted for our own use. Sleipnir, come! Now that I see it up close, it is fairly intense. Going up against an archaism like this does seem like it would make for some phenomenal practice. I have another Sleipnir unit actually. I wouldn't mind letting you use that one for training as well. While you're all undergoing a trial, I set them up to respond to specific combat situations for practice. I usually just leave it in the hangar's reserve area, so feel free to use it as you like even if I'm not around. Talk about full service treatment. Truly I am indebted. Thank you. Oh no, sie will... warum will sie das?
Fight as you would a real battle.
Das ist eine beschissene Hand. Wir beschwören gerade mal ihn. Bewegen ihn nach da. Das auf ihn ein und beschwören ihn. Und beenden den Zug natürlich. Dann machen wir weg mit ihm. Ich hätte den Knight heilen können, ne? So, der Knight geht an die Frontlinie. Machen das. Und beschwören ihn. Skill. Achso, stimmt, die haben beide. Dann greifen wir erstmal ihn an. Danach ihn. Und beenden den Zug. Und wir holen ihn. Und auch ihn. Ganz ehrlich, wir tun den in die letzte Reihe wieder. Wenn ich sowieso nur den Skill einsetze. So, weg mit ihm, bevor der mir großartig irgendwelche Karten wieder bannt. Zack. Zack. Ah, manchmal erstmal nicht. Würde ich ganz gerne noch behalten, die Karte. Gut. Dann machen wir lieber so. Greif mit ihm dann ihn an. Und so. Damit sollte ich das auch gewonnen haben. Muss jetzt schon sehr viel schief laufen, um das jetzt noch zu verlieren. Und gewonnen.
This can't be happening.
Doch. War das die Masterkarte da, die sie hatte? Tatsächlich. Das ist nicht so schlecht. Aber vor allen Dingen, weil es halt 4 Dinger hat, ne? Ich kann halt die ATK, ich lasse das mal erstmal so. Ich kann halt, Nachteil ist halt, ich kann halt die Angriffspunkte nicht jeden Zug von jedem erhöhen. Das ist halt schon ziemlich praktisch. Torvald und Sarah. Oh. So, what do you think of the courageous Turin? I gotta say, Voyager might have been incredible in its own right, but this is about as cutting edge can get. I heard they even put the armament through a fair bit of upgrade. Yeah, so His Highness didn't seem too hot about it at first. Hot or not, we're in for some pretty intense combat in the coming days, but just a fact. Once we get to that point, basic deterrence just won't cut it anymore. Yep, but probably what clinched the decision to load up on the firepower. Sounds like they met some resistance from Professor Schmidt on the development side of things, so I can only imagine. Professors Erica and Albert Russell were involved in this as well, right? Seems they had a tech expert from the Abdon Foundation come in on the download too. Yep, this ship got all the latest tech, save for anything the Verne company might be keeping under wrap. In other words, you guys have got yourselves a pretty killer setup here. Make sure you put it to good use, alright? Got it. I'll relay that to His Highness and the other students too. Are you going to meet up with Estella and others once you get down to the surface? Nah, I was playing a little Shazza, take care of that front. I'll be operating on my own for a bit. Got a few things I want to check out. I'm sure you'll be more than busy enough dealing with all the rivalries, but do me a favor and keep an eye on His Highness for me too, alright? Of course, we'll take care of him. But your intuition calling feels like it's almost always on the mark at times like this. Just make sure you say hi to Ian for me, okay? Well, I haven't even been able to get in contact with her yet. She must be talking about the head of a growl sweater. I didn't know she and Tor were acquainted. Ich glaube, sie sind mehr als nur acquainted. Achso, ja gut, das ist gut. Gucken wir erstmal hier. Wir machen von unten nach oben. Das hier ist die Cafeteria mit Ash, das ist Sydney. Sydney und Ada? Was willst du mit ihr denn hier? Well, here's something you don't see every day. I didn't realize you two had come aboard the Courageous too as well. As escort for Major Michael, yes. So we plan on returning to the surface before long. That said, I never could have imagined we'd end up having to face His Highness so quickly. But at the same time, we've been all well prepared to do so. This was as good an opportunity as we could have expected. That does make sense. So what's the situation with Dörflinger then? Yeah, the Imperial Defense Force and RMP end up chasing it down. It would appear the Imperial Defense Force doesn't deem us worthy of wasting their time. We've managed to keep the RMP in the dark as well, thanks to Major Michael. I think we'll all have a certain degree of freedom in our movement from here on out. Let's be sure to keep in touch, alright? Did you make sure to take down my Arcus number? I've already relayed it to the communication teams, if not. Yeah, you bet I did. Man, I'd be blowing your Arcus up non-stop if it weren't for this stupid war. Oh, was there something specific you wanted to discuss? Nah, my main man here just wants to hear your sweet, silky voice is all. Is that so? In that case, I respectfully decline. And bam, shot right out of the gate. And I haven't even made an actual move yet. The more things change, the more they stay the same. For Sydney at least. Tja, poor Sydney. Oh, you're here. Haha, it's that Rena I see. Hey there, Becky, been a while, hasn't it? Ach stimmt, wir haben noch.
It's been a wee while, but the time's finally come! Say hello to the Becky Association's Courageous Branch.
Ah, ich liebe ihren Dialekt.
Looking forward to your patronage trips.
Don't be silly, we're the ones who should be thanking you. Seeing her over the counter like that really does scream courageous, though, doesn't it? It's like the Civil War all over again. All she's missing is Hugo rivaling it up beside her. Looks like he's off doing whatever he wants for now. Esper. I'll have to prove to him that his way of doing things just isn't right. Business isn't just about the profits. We've got to have empathy for the customers too. Well, it's good to see the Becky brand enthusiasm never alone stuck at least. By the by, I plan on heading down from the ship soon after this. You can bet I won't spare any effort helping you guys out. We'll swap info again next time we meet, so make sure you come and find me. Besides, you wouldn't wanna miss out on those spicy new glamour shots I'm putting together, would ya? I think I could stand to miss a few of them actually. Let's just say we'll do our best and leave it at that. Aber ich möchte die schönen Bilder von ihm haben. Die sind actually gut. Reen's old schoolmate. Since graduating, she's been living her dream by running her own business association. Ich meine, diese Fotos, ne, die wir hier von Rex haben, die sind ja nicht mal irgendwie krass pervers, sind einfach schöne Fotos. Von vielen Mädels. Aber es sind halt wirklich gute Fotos, so. Auch wenn mir immer noch gerade wieder ein das Foto dran gekommen ist. Von Sharon. Und von Shirley Maria Bell. Was stimmt, wir haben das hier für Juices. What do we have here? A hunting cap. It's very well made and stylish to boot. Not the most enthusiastic reaction, but I'll take it. Do you think you get some use out of it? Definitely. Once things calm down, would you like to go hunting with me and my falcon? I'll think of something to give you in return by then. Sure, that'd be fantastic. I'll be looking forward to it. That is for Laura. Wow, I'm not sure I could pull off wearing such a gorgeous necklace. Nonsense. I know this isn't your usual style, but I was certain it would suit you the moment I saw it. So please, try it on. Alright, I hear you. You've really outdone yourself, Reen. Thank you. Of course, don't mention it. Sword, ah ja, das war die für Uses. Kann ich bei ihr gerade auch einkaufen? Ja, Shop.
Give us a shout and I'll get you what you need.
Source-Armband, das haben wir noch nicht. The Chosen One. Purple Schild und Storyprint im Abonian Empire. Oh, neue Haare für Elise. Nehmen wir natürlich gerne mit. Oh. Neue Karten.
Catch you later.
Nein, ich wollte nicht mit dir reden, ich wollte shoppen. Ich wollte... Ah, okay, habe ich schon.
Catch you later.
Ach, wollte ich nachgucken. Ah ja, genau, einmal Karten. Wie viele haben wir jetzt? Fehlen noch 4 Masterkarten und so. Okay. Und wo war es hier? Book. Will Chosen One hier. Oh, ich mach's wie immer, ne? Ich werde hier einmal durchskippen. Pausiert, sobald ich am besten die Seite aufrufe, wenn ihr es euch durchlesen wollt jetzt. Oder ihr wartet, bis ich irgendwann den einen Part mache, wo ich alles vorlese. Das wird aber, wie bereits ein paar Mal erwähnt, erst passieren, sobald ich alle Bücher zusammen habe. Damit man dann auch die Storys von den einzelnen Büchern komplett verstehen kann. So, ich hoffe, ihr konntet alle Seiten sehen, die ihr sehen wolltet. Wer ist denn hier oben? Ach stimmt, Jingo, das hatten wir, glaube ich, letztes Mal schon mal gemacht. Draußen ist, glaube ich, auch noch jemand, ne? Green, lässt du Patrick jetzt mal Elise bitte? Darf er? I'm so glad to see that you're unharmed, Patrick. And I know Reen feels the same. Thank you, Elise. I'm happy to see you safe too. Instructor Makarov from the main campus got in touch beforehand to apprise us of the situation, so I knew better than to worry, but still. I see. So that's why the branch campus students are all aboard. Hehe. Right, you are clever as always. No doubt you were wrecked with anxiety over my whereabouts, chest tight with the pain of uncertainty, so I must apologize. Oh, Reen. Schwarzer. Hey, good job out there, you two. Are you all set to head out, Patrick? Naturally, I finished making the necessary preparations yesterday. Good to hear. Honestly, I trust Eviat and knew you were going to be staying aboard, but yes, I feel the same. What you came here, Schwarzer? Leaving me alone with Elise. That isn't like you. What do you mean? It's not like I've ever specifically tried to keep you apart. Doch ein paar Mal hast du das getan, Reen. What? I shudder to imagine what you'd do if that was your aim then. Schwarzer, let me say this. I don't know how much of an ordeal this rivalry is going to end up being, but I will not, under any circumstances, permit you to disappear and leave poor Elise behind. Patrick, I'm sorry, I've been trudging around with an air of resignation without even realizing it. But you know, people might start getting weird ideas if you two spend too much time alone. Maybe I'll have to have you show me around the ship then, Patrick, if you're so inclined. Let's talk about doing a 180. It does my heart good to see your friendship thriving, you two. Ach, Reen, komm, wenn jemand Elise verdient hat, dann Patrick. Er hat sich redeemed. Er hat einen richtig guten Character Arc gemacht. Er ist jetzt ein guter, von daher. Patrick noticed Reen wanted normal self and talked some sense into him. Reen's not just his crush's brother, he's a true friend. Ja, die beiden sind mittlerweile gute Freunde und wie gesagt, Patrick, ich habe ihn im ersten Teil so gehasst, aber er hat so eine gute Entwicklung genommen. Oh, Reen. Well, we finally meet again. Reen. Are you okay with Dorothy?
Wow. I've heard rumors about that luscious silver hair and jet black outfit, but...
Die hat gerade einen Orgasmus gehabt?
Ah, this character development has my pen bursting with inspiration.
Man, that edgy new look is just not fair. You don't mind if I crank out a script for a new radio show based off you, right? Right?
It's business as usual. With these two, as you can probably tell. Und da haben wir mal wieder irgendeinen Bot im Chat, der wird direkt erst mal wieder richtig schön gebannt. So, no kidding, I'm not sure I've ever seen you guys ease up. That might have gotten a bit excessive actually, even for me. Sorry, I got a little carried away myself. You don't need to apologize, I get it. This is kind of a lot to take in all at once. That aside, are you the one managing the terminal room first, Monk? You know it, I'm a little busy with all my Radio Twister work, sure. You guys have got way more on your plate out here. Can't imagine a single one of us out there wouldn't jump to lend a hand. Oha, guck mal, wir online sind noch 3 Uhr nach Bern. Schönen guten Tag, Raspur, welcome. Ja, ich war jetzt noch ein bisschen krank und ich wollte nicht die ganze Zeit so, die ganze Zeit mir einen abhusten während dem Lesen. Speaking of which, Dorothy and I just finished setting up the terminal. Terminal. As it so happens, the Imperial Museum approved my extended hiatus request. I'll probably spend most of my time in the reference room next door, so feel free to call for me whenever you like. You can go ahead and send all the data the branch campus kids have collected over to us. Battle and combat data goes to me, personal files off to Vivi, and any books and other written materials over to me. Okay, got it. Thanks for all your help, guy. Good to have you on board with us. Ach, abhuten geht doch, da müdest dich. Ja, da bin ich aber echt zu faul für mich jedes Mal dann zu muten. Vor allen Dingen, wenn ich halt wirklich, ich habe wirklich so oft gehustet, dass ich halt, das war gerade kein Witz, ich müsste wahrscheinlich so wirklich nach so allen 2 Wörtern husten, das ist ja halt nicht schön. Ich habe immer noch ein bisschen Husten, aber der geht, glaube ich. A curator at the Imperial Museum and former president of the Source Literature Club has the habit of letting her imagination run wild. We inform a classmate and the new director of Radio Twister, passionate about his work to the extreme. Dann hier unten, aber dafür muss ich gerade mal Licht anmachen. Ich glaube, die Feldcam wird langsam ein bisschen dunkel. Kleinen Moment. So.
Now...
Immer mit der Gruppe. Oh, Wien. Hey, how's it going? Linda, Vivi, I'm so glad you two are alright.
I was just about to say the same. Reen, everyone, it puts my heart at ease to see you all in good health. At any rate, it sounds like you're becoming quite the lady killer, eh, Reen?
Becoming? Er wird nicht zum Lady Killer, er ist doch jetzt, also, come on, Vivi, du weißt doch wohl selber. Du hast doch selber irgendwie verfallen im ersten Teil in der einen Quest. Zwar als Gag, aber trotzdem.
So, any updates on your love life? Who's the lucky gal?
Vivi, please, I'm really sorry about this, Reen. It's okay. In a way, it's actually kind of comforting. Some things never change. In any case, I'm sorry for all the trouble I put you through. If I'd just been a little more skillful in my command, things might not have gone the way they did. It's okay, guys, you have nothing to apologize for at all. If you hadn't drawn the enemy away with your Merkaba, there's no way the operation could have succeeded. Besides, it's about time we got some front-page limelight for once. It certainly was a rather dramatic appearance, to say the least. By the way, you're staying on the ship as part of the medical staff, right, Linda? Where's that leave you, Vivi? Well, since I'm already here, I was thinking I could sign on as the Courageous 2's official photographer. I'm sure Red can handle all the on-land coverage just fine on his own. What do you think? Great, that saddle is happy to be aboard. Sure, good to have you. Looks like things about to get a lot more hectic around here. Ja. Wie viele Leute sollen denn noch in diese scheiß Character Profile? Ween, former schoolmate, now journalist for the Imperial Chronicle. Her passion for scoops causes trouble for her boss. Former schoolmate of Reen's, who is currently training at St. Ursula to become a doctor, Vivi's twin sister and polar opposite. Dann auf Etage 1 noch, da haben wir nochmal, was ist, Elisa und Elliot. Ah ja, die Gruppe. Oh, Ian. Just making sure the ship's equipment is all in order. Yeah, and getting ready to head to the Lunar Shrine. Gwyn, I know I've said this before, but great work on Courageous' 2 operations. And Ferris, it sounds like you, Patrick, and the others helped quite a bit. Well, only a little. I was just acting as a representative for our sponsors. Handling Schmidt's unreasonable demands is exhausting work. Right. I'm just glad you two made it through okay. And I guess my mother and Sharon are safe too. Elisa, that stupid daughter of mine, and going so far as to involve Schmidt. Also, Franz is completely... what the hell was with him? Forget it. I'm sorry, Elisa. No, it's okay, grandfather. I've also prepared myself for the worst for some time now. He's almost like a different person, even though he looked like my father. But I'm prepared to face him. You know, you've really got a lot stronger, Elisa. Yes, it seems like you've really been making strides alongside Reen and the others from Class 7. Hold on a minute, Ferris. Wouldn't it be more accurate to say alongside Reen and just end it there? Oh my, yes, that does sound better. Elisa? Hey, Ferris, what is this about? I don't really know in particular, but I think someone might be in denial about something. I'm guessing it's Elisa. Grandfather? Ferris? Can the both of you please stop the speculation? Alright. Anyway, so it looked like you'll be on the ship for the time being, Gwyn. But Ferris, you said that you'll be heading down? Yes, I'm going back to orders. I need to speak with my brother about something. We're nearing final act, so I'd like to give my best to Governor Ragnar as well. Okay, I'd be happy to help out any way I can. You'll do well to accomplish what you must first, together with Reen and those from Class 7. I trust that's one thing you won't waver on, yes? Yeah, you're right. Thanks, fellas, let's both do our best. And let's show some pride as former members of Source Lacrosse Club. You got it. That's true friendship. Right, I'm glad she got such a good friend. What about you, Reen? How are things with you and Elisa right now? The thing is... Grandfather? Sehr schön. Ferris got Elisa to open up about her and Reen. She's now resolved to be there for her old friend no matter what happened. Dann haben wir die Gruppe noch. Ach, Blacklord ist auch hier, kennen. Oh, Reen. Elliot and Mint and Kenneth?
Nothing to worry about. You guys are pretty much invincible.
I'll have to agree with you there. By the way, Reen, are you still keeping up with your fishing? I've been hearing about guardians appearing all over the place.
Hatte der schon immer so eine tiefe Stimme? Hat der überhaupt vorher mal eine Stimme gehabt? Well, maybe I'll have you fill me in then. But I know that Mint helped the brand campus. You helped with the courageous too, right, Kenneth? Well, I did travel around all of Erebonia while investigating fish ecosystems. I guess I did help in that I shared the information I was able to acquire with His Highness and everyone. I see. That sounds just like you. Source really does produce all types of people, doesn't it? For sure, the occasional musical prodigy even. Well, prodigy might be going a bit far. It seems like you really improved your technical skills while at Liberal, Mint. And you were involved in the construction of the Courageous too. Well, I was allowed to join in on some already finished equipment, you could say. Professor Russell experiences extreme tunnel vision when focusing on research. But he wasn't overly strict when it came to minor mistakes. Working for him was pretty easy in that sense, just like with Professor Schmidt. I think you might be the only person who'd say that working on Professor Schmidt is easy. Haha, Mint's a pretty big deal too. Ja, niemand. Jemals. Mint unter Professor Schmidt zu arbeiten ist einfach. The second son of the Lake Lord family and an old schoolmate of Reen travels across the empire, fishing wherever he can. An innocent yet endlessly clumsy engineer and Queen's former classmate, the niece of Schmidt's second disciple, Mako. Make export.
I mentioned to get started.
Dann machen wir doch mal direkt hier. Zack. Zack. Weil ich kaum noch Dinge habe, mache ich mir, glaube ich, lieber den Speed als den Schild, weil den brauche ich eher.
Huh? Done already?
So, HP und Power und Speed.
Alrighty, let's
Oh,
begin.
kein neuer Masterquarz. Aber hey, neue Farben fürs Motorrad, auch wenn ich immer noch nicht weiß, wo ich die Farben ausrüsten kann.
Huh? Done already. See you later. I mentioned to get started.
Dann, während du krank warst, ein paar meiner Streams verfolgen können, genauso. Ich wusste nicht, dass du streamst. Wo soll ich das denn wissen? Weil ich sonst wissen, du hast ja beim letzten Mal nichts erwähnt gehabt. Dann, wenn du es erwähnt hättest, hätte ich dir auch ein Follow dagelassen. Aber wenn du...
You sure do like this, huh, Reen?
Okay, Ken, ist einfach
Tight lines out there.
einfach super laut. Okay. Aber ich wusste ja nicht, dass du auch... Ich meine, ja, du hast geschrieben, dass du es vorhattest, aber du hast nicht geschrieben, dass du es wirklich mal machst. Deswegen, wenn du im letzten Stream was gesagt hättest... Ja... To all passengers, we will soon be concluding our orientation flight and chartering our course to the Lunar Shrine. We'll be landing on Lake Gala in 30 minutes. Normalerweise macht man das nicht im Stream von anderen nicht zu werden. Ja, gut, das stimmt schon, ja. Good timing, I'm done here. I'll just double check that I'm ready and then head to the bridge. Oh, gehen wir direkt, würde ich mal sagen, sprechen wir direkt mit Oliver, mit deiner geilen Augenklappe. Hey Reen, were you able to make that lap around the ship? Yeah, I was. I think I've about seen everything I wanted to. Aber die Vorlage mit dem Krank konnte ich nicht so stehen lassen. Sorry, alles gut. Alles gut. And it made me realize again just how amazing this ship really is. It does my heart good to hear you say that. No part of this ship deserves the Olivier seal of approval more than, drumroll please, the bath. We simply must base together when time permits a chance to lay ourselves bare, if you catch my meaning. Really, Oliver? Deine kleine Schwester steht neben dir. Well, you never have to ask me twice to take a nice hot bath. Reen, ich glaube, er meinte, er will nicht zusammen unbedingt mit dir baden. Guck dir einfach mal an, wo er hinguckt, Reen. Dann weißt du, wen er meint. Er meint nicht dich. Oh, and I'm sure you heard the announcement, but our maiden flight will soon be coming to an end. Would you please ready yourself for landing, Reen? Can do. I've taken a lap around the ship and spoken with everyone who will be disembarking. Maybe I'll just wait on the bridge for now. Ich würde sagen, ja.